This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No.
Y'all, just stop.
Welcome to the show. Happy Monday, everybody. I'm Lindsay in for Tori. We miss her. And happy Kwanzaa. It's the second day. So if you're celebrating, I hope everybody's enjoying it. I want to talk about the holidays because I had like 12 people in town. You know, Colin and I bought a house this year.
Yes.
So it was very hectic.
And you also had a child. Let's
I had a
mention
child,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
And it was our first Christmas. I forgot about my baby.
No, a lot going on. A lot going on.
It's like one of those things that's like so amazing and like brings you to tears, but also like, all right, guys, I'm ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I hear you.
What about you?
Look at that
What did you
picture.
guys do?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, tell us about it. We want to know about your first Christmas. That's the most important.
All right, so baby Kinsley had our family over. You see, this is Colin and my family together, so we got everyone together. Only person missing was Colin's oldest sister. She couldn't make it. She was in Atlanta. But yes, it was awesome. Everybody was hanging out and like having a good time. We also went to the Gaylord and did like snow tubing at the hotel out here, and they like have a huge like winter wonderland, so that was awesome.
That's
and we
awesome.
really just got to hang out and like spend time. You see, that's my mom, who's terrified of heights. She went down this thing and like faced her fears because of Will Smith's book. She said, I read the book and he faced his fears, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
That's great.
What about you guys?
Jeff, I'm sure you did something really cool.
No, I didn't. I mean, I went home. I went back to Chicago last week. Got to spend it. I haven't been home in over 2 years.
Yeah.
Right? So I
Yeah.
got to go home.
Oh, look at that.
That's us in Naperville, Illinois. My parents moved out to the suburbs. That's us
Look
back
at you
here.
guys.
We're back home for Christmas. And then a tradition of ours that we always do with my mom is make homemade ravioli. So that's the boys making their homemade raviolis.
Why have I not heard about this homemade ravioli?
I know.
Oh, what?
Like, can you bring it
I
in?
show pictures like that every year. We've been here 5 years.
Oh, wow. Excuse me, Al's been here longer than me, so he needs to know that
Yes,
for sure.
exactly.
How about you, Al? What'd you get?
Just really, I didn't get a chance to go home. My girlfriend wasn't feeling well, so we were being safe for everybody. We stayed here. Christmas on Zoom wasn't the same, but it was something. I'll take it over nothing. So that was my.
But I know your kids got a visit from Santa Claus. And
Yes, they got
and
hooked
I know
up.
They got
Oh, and I got a pair of socks. That's my little one. It says, "This is how it started, and this is how it's going." And it's like the kids when they were little, and now when they're older. So yeah.
I know you said something to me. You're like, just cherish these moments because
Absolutely.
your kids are sometimes almost as tall as like adults in their family as they grow, and you're like, what happened to my baby?
Yeah, my youngest son is taller than every woman in my family.
Oh my
so,
gosh.
and he's coming from me. So
It goes fast,
Yes.
man. It goes fast.
Okay, well, it was a rough travel time for many people, thanks to a large part this Omicron strain. Yesterday, more than 1,500 flights were canceled. I was glad my family made it here. And today, it's already more than 700 flights canceled. So airlines are struggling with cabin crews testing positive. Even in New York, the surge is leading to some big changes for the New Year's Eve celebration in Times Square. Sounds crazy that they're even still doing it, but the city is going to limit the number of people allowed in, along with a bunch of other restrictions. Check this out. They're going to do things like make people stand 6 feet apart,
Okay.
in the Times Square.
all right.
We're going to limit the number of people who catch COVID.
They're gonna spread people out. In the meantime, Fox is completely canceling their show. So let's talk about this because I just told you Times Square is like making people social distance. So that pan when that camera goes to the crowd is gonna be ridiculous.
It's going to look weird. It's
If
going to look
people
like
are
thinning hair.
cooperating.
Yes. You're from New York, so I want to know, have you ever done the ball drop?
One time, and as a New Yorker, I remember being a kid, and I think my uncle put it all together. We stayed at like a hotel, like right there by the ball, and he planned it early. And I remember that it was just like, I think I'm like a little claustrophobic. So even as a kid, it was just like a lot.
It's a lot. It's
it was
a
like,
lot.
Yeah, that's like very squished.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of New Year's Eve anyway. So.
Me neither. I'm not a big
Really?
New Year's Eve guy.
It's what I call a yelling holiday. I don't like yelling holidays. St. Patty's Day is a yell where just people like, woo, when you just hear it on the elevator and you're like, oh no, oh, I'm not sleeping tonight. Any yelling holiday, I'm out. Like St. Patty's Day, New Year's Eve, yelling holidays, I'm out.
He's got a point.
Come on, you guys act like grandpas.
I know. The older you get too, though, when you have some kids, you're going to see, you're not staying up till midnight. There's no point. You know,
Excuse me, I used to go to my grandma's house and stay up till midnight with my grandma.
But now, wait, you have a one,
Jeff,
wait till
don't
she's
even
2,
entertain
3,
this from her.
I'm telling you.
Lindsay will be asleep at about 4:30 this afternoon, so I don't want to hear about you staying up till midnight.
Because I put on my pajamas when I get home from work.
Immediately, like she's depressed.
That doesn't mean it's bedtime. It just means it's cold.
And it gets dark at 4:30. You're going to throw down for 8 hours till midnight? No way. You put
I'm calling you at 12:01, so we better answer that FaceTime.
Hey, listen, I didn't say I might not be up, but the family might be asleep. I might be awake.
Well, also as expected, there was a pretty epic fight on a plane. I hate this. Over masks, of course. The woman was apprehended. Take a look.
Mask up. Now. Put your mask up. Mask up. Tell him. You got your mask down. Sir. Stop it again. You're going to jail.
Okay, Jeff, just what do you think? I'm going straight to
Well,
you.
I saw that over
you
the
said,
weekend.
did I see this? So I did not. I saw another fight.
Okay, here's how, I mean, pick your one. Pick the one that you saw over the weekend. She didn't put her mask on the whole time.
I thought that was weird.
Screaming, punches this man, spit on this man. Talk about one person ruining it for everybody. You know what I mean? And it starts right when you're getting in line at the gate. You already hate people, and then it escalates into things like this. But I mean, we need. I don't want to get too serious today. You know, we're just back kicking the dirt off the tires. We need to start banning people for life. That lady needs to take the Greyhound bus for the rest of her life.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Jeff, what you're saying is not that crazy, man. Look, this is a privilege. Flying is not some right that's in the Declaration of Independence.
Right.
It's a privilege you get to get somewhere that you want to go much faster than you normally would. If you lose that privilege, no different than if you lose your driver's license
right.
for DUIs or 10 speeding tickets, you've lost that privilege for a certain amount of time. Maybe in this case, once you've assaulted somebody and spit at them when there's a pandemic going on, which could be considered assault, and in some places attempted murder with the age of that man. I'm trying not to be too grandiose, but if he got sick and he's not vaccinated, that could be really bad.
Also, he was like, I'm eating. Like, isn't that a rule on a plane? Like, I should be able to take off my mask and eat.
I don't understand that, and I think that there's a bigger issue here, and I think that's mental health. I think we've all been inside for 2 years, reading, watching things that create anger, are meant to keep our attention, but create anger. And now that we're getting around each other, especially in close quarters like this, I think we're seeing this at games. You know, the stadium fights, even with people with the same jersey on. Mm-hmm. It's just people are just so pent up, and the fact that we have not addressed this at all really is strange to me. I don't know if we can't, but we have to at some point.
So it's kind of like crossing the line, because I know you guys, and I know Tori, if she were here, would say, I would jump in and try to get everything settled.
No.
What would you guys do? Because also, you don't want to get closer than 6 feet to someone, and that's hard to do on a plane.
Here's the thing. I want to jump in too. I would like to say I would, but I'm very hesitant. Now that I have children, now that I have this job, okay? Just having a face on television attaches you to that story. Now you become that story. It's not about the lady spitting on that man.
And it attaches DBL to that story.
Exactly. So now my family's attached. Now our whole network's attached. Now my bosses are attached because I tried to stop something I tried to be rational with an irrational situation, and it's making people like me who want to help, who I consider myself one of the good guys, not want to step in anymore.
And that's where we are. Because if Jeff steps in, breaks it up, and you push out and she falls back and hits her head, it's talk show host knocks out woman on plane. That's going to be the headline. So it's really scary, but I don't even know where Good Samaritans go. And maybe Jeff or myself or you, when we try and be Good Samaritans, we're automatically not, by adding another body with another potential infection into this already terrible equation.
Right. It's just crazy. I mean, the numbers were crazy over the last couple of months of fights that happened specifically on planes. It's like people lost their minds.
Yeah, I have an idea, though. I have an idea. We just pay-per-view them.
Oh, stop.
People, okay, Lindsay.
No,
Lindsay,
we're not even going there.
People pay to watch people fight in cages, right?
They're trained.
There are pedestrians who don't want to be involved in that.
Oh, you can't train to fight on a plane? That could be your thing. Like, I'm good in the middle seat. I'm good fighting from there. Like, there's different. You could be like.
You're gonna be like.
Yeah.
All right.
Would you not watch that?
I would watch that.
Okay.
I would watch
There we go. Balance the budget.
All right, let's talk about the holiday movies. So one holiday release is showing us that movies might be back. I told you I'm not stepping foot in a movie theater, but Spider-Man No Way Home just crossed the $1 billion mark in ticket sales, making it the first and only film released this year to do so. It's also the first movie to make that much since the pandemic began 2 years ago.
Wow.
Did you guys go to the theaters?
I did. I
did?
I went when I was back in Chicago. We saw it in Kanto. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. And then just recently, the 23rd, we went to go see Sing 2. It's like one of my kids' favorite movies, Sing the original. I love Sing 2. That made like $40 to $50 million over the first 6 days. So it's not making $1 billion like Spider-Man, but I think the movies are back. I think people just want to get out, see something, believe in something, whether it be Spider-Man or Sing, and just feel good.
Okay, then I want to ask Al, why didn't people go see West Side Story versus Spider-Man?
Demographic. It's the age demographic, and it's bigger than just age. Who cares about that? The big thing is, and what I feel like our industry as entertainment did not realize, that the fans of Marvel and superheroes, half of fan is fanatic. They are fanatical about these movies, and they are going to see them because there is a social currency in their world to have caught up on it and be like, oh, I like this, and they had a teaser for the next movie. You have to go see those movies when they come out in the theater, and you don't really need to see that with West Side Story. We kind of know that story. So anytime that there's a Marvel or Avengers, or I don't know that world, it's going to do some work. And I'm almost more than Star Wars, which is crazy.
Let me ask you this. Does Concessions account for ticket sales or no? Am I crazy?
What do you mean? Is it part of it?
Because I got 2 drinks. This is the point I'm making. I got 2 fountain drinks and a popcorn. It was $32.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
$32.
That's just a random gripe that you have, which I understand.
Well, no wonder it made $1 billion because 8
No,
people
that's
ordered
not. It does
popcorn.
not. That does not go into ticket sales.
Oh my
Yeah, don't
goodness!
worry,
I was not ready. I have tears coming out my.
You know, I'm so tight.
Jeff
but
just
I
wanted
was
to get that
super
one
pissed.
off.
I'm like, oh, a movie with the family. I'm like, let me go get some popcorn. I came back. I was like, I can't stand this movie theater. This was $32.
Oh man. Okay, coming up on DBL, actor Adam Rodriguez stopped by DBL. Here's what he's saying about the Magic Mike steamy rumors. But first, Valerie Bertinelli shares a tearful video about struggling with body image. We'll show you the personal video next.
Closed captioning provided by
And especially,
Jeff, you were talking about ticket prices. I don't know if I ever told. I'm sure. I don't think I told Lindsay this.
I'm not playing
I used to be in Big Brothers Big Sisters, like 20 years. Oh my God. When I lived in Rhode Island, when I was at Brown, I was in Big Brothers Big Sisters, and my little brother. I went to go pick him up one time, and his cousin was with him. He's like, "Can my cousin hang out?" I was like, "Of course." So I was gonna take him to the movies, so I went to the movies. I'm on a graduate student budget at this point, like a budget, you know. And so I took him to the movies, and then like we went to the concession stand. And they got 2 popcorns, 2 sodas, and 2 candies, and it was like $60-something. And this is 20 years ago.
with the ticket,
with the tickets, and like I was like doing the math in line, like, is my card gonna bounce? Because I didn't have that money in my I didn't have money I didn't know how expensive
it's
it
crazy.
was.
And if you see a movie in 3D, you got to take out a loan.
Oh man.
Forget it. IMAX 3D, $59 a ticket.
Yeah. They should call it like the movie experience or something, so that it's like they need to say like we're selling you an experience and it's going to be expensive. Almost like when you go to Universal Studios.
Listen, when you're giving me a fountain drink and popcorn, and your overhead on that is about 8 cents, and you're charging me $32, I got a problem. There's enough problems going on in the world.
It's out of control.
It's at the bottom of my list, but it's like, it's a problem.
Yeah, I think it's almost more expensive than like stadium prices.
Listen, I don't know. They give you like beers like this at the stadium, and they're like $24 each.
Yeah.
But at least you're getting
Jeez. I also
alcohol.
wonder if that's like to keep people from getting too drunk. As well, just make them super expensive.
I think it's just they're making money. So I don't know if that. So concessions can't go into the ticket price.
Imagine the markup on like a beer, a $24 beer that with the what's that?
How about
beer
a
cost?
bowl of
20
popcorn?
cents? Yeah.
That's gangster.
Welcome back. The struggle is real for Valerie Bertinelli when it comes to her body image. The actress took to Instagram on Christmas Eve to talk about it. Take a look.
I'm standing out in the rain. Because I'm doing my best to distract my mind from spiraling to a place of self-loathing, because I saw a picture of myself today that made me want to do that. I am not where I want to be right now, and I am doing my best to be positive and more full of joy, and hopefully my body will follow along. Not there yet.
So Valerie goes on to say that she does allow herself to find joy, and she's grateful for many things. And this isn't the first time she's opened up on social media. In July, she posted a video after people said she needed to lose weight next to a recipe she posted. So
Wow.
It's obviously a struggle. I mean, I could say as somebody who was a chubbier little kid and then also just had a baby, I went through different experiences as a child and then also as a woman. You know, I was like trying to get myself back together, and there's so much online, which is kind of why I took the social media break, of people who might have had babies look different than me. And, you know, it's just hard, I think, for women and people in general with all these images, kids especially, smacked in your face constantly of what you should look like, commenters that could just have access to anybody immediately telling you what they think you look like. It's just tough, I think, especially when you're on a public platform.
I was going to ask you, like, what would you tell our viewers? Because everybody is dealing with this. Like, I feel like you first of all, you look.
Men too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm bigger than I've been in a long time. I slacked off for like 3 months. I was telling my girl, like, we worked out this morning. But yeah, it's an ebb and flow, and like you're going to be great for 3 months, and you're like, oh my goodness, I haven't worked out since November.
And
like
this is the holidays. This is the season where you almost feel the best because it's joyful and you're with your family, but you feel the worst about your body image. At least I do anyway, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, January 1st, I'm really starting it over, going to get back to the gym, going to do all those things. But right now, I think a lot of people are going through what Valerie Bertinelli's going through. And if you need to take that social media break, I needed to take that social media break as well. And I think a lot of people out there, for all the people making fun of her, there's another 10 people saying, thank you, Valerie, because I feel the same way.
Right, yeah.
And I think there's a difference. I think it's important to be healthy and to try your best to be healthy, and a difference between trying to meet to some standard, because you'll never be satisfied then. You're constantly chasing to be like the next person or wanting to do something to your body to make yourself feel better, when really the motive should just be healthiness. And I know you both are healthy and you both do work out, so.
Yeah, I feel like we're like real life healthy. You know, I feel like I look like my dad's friends used to. You know, like it's like now, it's like if you're not ripped at 50, like something's wrong with you. I mean, that's great if you are, and good for you. Do your Pilates, yoga, weightlifting, cool. But like if you're just like a person that's like feels good, has enough motivation to chase your kids around the yard and like hang out with the husband or spouse at night, I feel like that's okay too. You don't have to have an 8-pack at 65 years old.
Right. My dad used to always say, eat whatever you want, just make sure you work out a little bit, you'll be good.
There we go.
That's my motto.
Can he be my trainer?
I like that. You got to start there.
Coming up on DBL, our interview with actor Adam Rodriguez. He gives us a look into the show Finding Magic Mike, and he knows about the third movie.
If your dog suffers
Activated charcoal is a jet black powder made from peat, coconut shells, bamboo, and other types of wood. It can be found in a range of products, from food and detox drinks to teeth whitening and skincare products. According to Dr. Anderson, executive director of the Maryland Poison Center and professor of pharmacy practice and science at the University of Maryland School of Pharmacy, activated charcoal is often given to overdose patients to try and absorb ingested toxins. Adsorption happens when one material, like activated charcoal, sticks to the surface of another. It's a different process than absorption, which means two materials chemically combine. But does it work the same way for injections like the vaccines? Well, several Verify audience members, including Charmaine, have reached out to us asking if activated charcoal affects the COVID-19 vaccines. So, let's verify. Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Dr. Bruce Anderson, Dr. Kaswar Talat, Associate Professor at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, and Dr. Cheryl Brown, Medical Director at UltiMed Health Services. Since activated charcoal is ingested orally and the vaccine is injected into your arm, Doctors Brown and Talat agree. There isn't concern that they will come into contact.
So it's going down into your intestines, the activated charcoal. The vaccine actually goes into your arm and it goes into your bloodstream so that you can make a response, an antibody response in your bloodstream. So the activated charcoal shouldn't interact with that.
Activated charcoal is not on the CDC's list of medications people should not take before receiving any of the COVID-19 vaccines. So we can verify, no, taking activated charcoal will not affect COVID-19 vaccines. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till. To receive daily fast facts to your phone, text Verify to 202-410-8808. And to sign up for our newsletter, visit verifythis.com/email.
We've searched the country to find guys who feel like they've lost their magic, and we want to help them find it.
What up, you guys?
I don't feel
feel like the main character in my life anymore. I'm kind of here to rediscover my own masculinity.
They got 6 packs. I got 12.
Welcome back to DBL. That was a quick peek at Finding Magic Mike. I think we found him. A new competition show based on the steamy flick that left fans thirsting for more and super thirsty. Earlier, Adam Rodriguez shared how he helped regular guys like myself discover their sexy side. I can't find mine. Check this out.
Hi, Adam. Welcome to DBL. Now, you show off your abs and your sexy dance moves in the Magic Mike movies, and I want to know, this is hard news now. What was the hardest part about wearing a thong on the big screen?
You know, I really want to give you the right answer here.
I appreciate that,
The
sir.
hardest part was just making everything fit. That would be the hardest part of wearing the thong. And then knowing that the world was going to be watching you wasn't easy either.
Fair.
Obviously, the ladies love Magic Mike, but you are a happily married man. And I found out that you have like a really interesting story about how you met your wife because you were on a date with somebody else. So you need to walk us through how that happened.
One of my best friends had set me up on a casual blind date, and we went out for a night on the town and ended up at a party where I was having a perfectly good time with the girl I was on a date with, but I saw this woman across the room laughing about something. My heart just stopped, and I just had to know her. And as good fortune would have it, I had an opportunity to get to know her respectfully as the night went on, just very casually. And I was able to circle back around, and now she's my wife and the mother of our 3 children.
All right, we do want to hear about Finding Magic Mike. Finding Magic Mike has average dudes competing for a spot in the Magic Mike live show. Al is, I think, a runner-up. I think.
Yes,
So
I can't make it to average, but I'm close.
Okay, got it. What were some of the biggest challenges that these really
Nobody's average. Nobody's average. Everybody's a very unique,
Very
special
unique.
individual.
I love it. What were some of the challenges these very brave men faced?
You know, I'm so glad you used the word brave because they really were. These guys were so courageous to sign up for this show. I mean, granted, $100,000 is a great motivator, but these guys were brave. They showed up and they were willing to bare their souls and their bodies on TV and look silly doing it, but in the end, really triumph. I mean, every single one of these guys left with more than what they showed up with, and that's what the show was about. That was what we wanted to accomplish with the show.
That's awesome. All right, Channing Tatum announced there is a 3rd Magic Mike movie in the making, and it is rumored that it will include full frontal nudity. What do you know about this, and will you be returning for the 3rd movie?
Oh, wow, I didn't know about that. I did not know about that.
That'll be your cup of coffee this morning.
I have no idea. I can't help you with that one. You're gonna have to get Chan on to tell you more. Will I be back is another question that I don't have as much confidence in saying yes. I mean, there's a very slight chance that some of the guys from the other 2 movies will come make a cameo at some point.
Nice.
But this new movie is about a new crop of guys, and Mike Lane, Chan's character, is passing the baton to another generation, and I think he's gonna take the show on the road.
Whoa. Magic Mike on the road.
I love it.
Too much to handle. All right, this was amazing. What a great interview. Thank you for joining us, Adam. DBL Nation, you can find Finding Magic Mike now on HBO Max. I love it. We'll be right back. Thank you so much, Adam.
You were awesome. Thanks, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
We've all got some.
Stores are preparing for one of the biggest return seasons ever. Let's connect the dots. Every year after Christmas, retailers are ready for a wave of presents being sent back. But this year is different. Tech company Optoro predicts that between Thanksgiving and January, $120 billion in goods will be returned. That's because the way we shop changed during the pandemic. Fitting rooms have largely become a thing of the past, which means no one is trying on clothes before they buy. In fact, many shoppers are now buying multiple sizes of the same items so they can pick the best fit at home and return the rest. And ongoing supply chain issues have left many sizes out of stock. Experts say shoppers snatched up any size they could get their hands on this year out of fear their gifts wouldn't arrive in time for Christmas. So what if you got a sweater that's 3 sizes too big? Experts say mailing your returns could take more time and cost more money. They say in most cases, the fastest way to get your refund will be bringing items directly to the store. And that is connecting the dots.
Between November 2020 and November 2021, the U.S. saw its highest inflation rate in 39 years. Consumer prices rose nearly 7% across the board. Economists say inflation will likely remain high for a few more months, but things should calm down later in 2022. And families could see some relief even in the next few weeks. Worldwide, prices are dropping for crude oil and natural gas, which means the prices of heating your home and filling up your car are going down. Our supply chains are also recovering as we head into 2022. Insurance company Euler Hermes says most companies are nearly restocked after cutting inventory in 2020. And many are increasing their shipping capacity to get those goods to you. And we're seeing action from the government, too. The Federal Reserve says it's prepared to raise interest rates up to 3 times in 2022 to combat inflation. Now, that would make borrowing for big purchases more expensive, but could drop the prices of your day-to-day expenses.
Listen, this past couple of years has been so crazy. Let's express gratitude for this year and all of the amazing gifts that are coming in 2022.
This year, let's try and put aside all of our differences and just be together and really be present in the moment.
From the Shulmans, happy holidays!
From me and my family, we truly want to thank you over the years how much support you've given me and our whole team.
I know the holiday season can be difficult for some, and I just want to let you all know that you're not alone, and I'm wishing you a holiday season full of love and light.
From all of us here at Daily Blast Live,
We want to wish you
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And a healthy new year.
and my baby said happy holidays.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. A lot of people wrote in about the Valerie Bertinelli story. Yolanda said the video was sad, but she definitely needs to take a break from social media. And Kelly says, I love Val. She needs to leave the mean sites.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I know Jeff gets really irritated by social media. So
I definitely do. And I think Valerie, I don't know if she talks to a therapist or has a motivational coach in her life, but I think that's what she needs. She needs more self-positivity. She doesn't need to be reading those things online. She needs to focus on herself a little bit more.
Right. I believe in creating your own bubble.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
DBL is new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow.